Thank you for choosing to watch the Watchman News Headlines video. Our full episodes can now be seen over at Patreon with much more added content for just $2 a month. Link is in the description. If you cannot afford $2 a month, please consider using our Amazon affiliate link, purchasing from our Teespring store, or making a PayPal donation. All links are below. In order for us to grow, we have to make changes to enable it. Our time is valuable, and we have been one of the very few news sources actually dedicated to bringing you honest, hard-hitting, actionable news and information. Plus, for your $2 a month, you do not have to hear me blabber about these links. It's a win for us all.
Bullshit.
Thank you. Good evening, Watchmen and Watchwomen of YouTube. So, just kind of had a general discussion tonight over on Patreon. Nothing too exciting. Talked a little bit about the upcoming projects that are going to happen. And I got some of the supplies in today to start the Coleman stove project, which I'll be starting over the coming days. And other than that, just kind of one of those general discussions. I literally just seemed like I've had the wind just completely taken out of me today because I got outside in some beautiful fresh air and got a little bit of work done around the place. And man, it really took everything out of me. So pardon me if I don't seem super motivated on getting the headlines or on reading the headlines, but I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. So let's get to it. Let's do some of these headlines. Let's get this over with so I can go to bed. So, by the way, if you haven't checked out the video that I did earlier that I put out about, about the cancel culture and stuff, please do. Please do, and please share it. I know a lot of people avoid those videos from me like the plague because I tell the truth, and the reality is not a lot of people want to hear it. But they need to. They need to. We can't get better if we ignore what's going on, if we just cover our heads up. We can't get better. We've got to get true messages out. Just the way it is. Or, we can sit there and be a part of it falling. I mean, whichever role that one decides to take. I can't do that, though. I can't do that. So anyway, let's do some headlines. Capitol Security Review urges beefed up surveillance, permanent mobile fencing, and 850 new officers to fill manpower gaps. And the last headline I shared, pretty much, yeah. Police and FBI investigate after student accidentally detonates explosive device in class and injuring 4 students. Let's see, the guy who runs that outfit, Biden suspected of forgetting his own defense secretary's name in latest verbal fumble. Pfizer COVID vaccine successfully neutralizes Brazilian variant, says a lab study. Russia planning tough measures against lawless social media giants after Facebook bans fact-checked neo-Nazi arrest reports. Bitcoin market cap tops $1 trillion again as its roller coaster ride takes another upturn. Prisoners not prioritized for COVID-19 jabs, says Justice Secretary, despite series of dangerous outbreaks in UK prisons. China rolls out COVID-19 pass for international travel as global debate over common health passport heats up. European Parliament lifts immunity of Catalonia MEPs, paving way for extradition to Spain over independence referendum. China winning because it plays long game of chess while U.S. plays checkers, Chris Fenton tells Kaiser Report, and that is largely true. Oil trading is bigger contributor to Switzerland's GDP than tourism. Beijing says UK should punish British media for false reports on China and Hong Kong after London finds CGTN. CNN anchor raises eyebrows after revealing video of him not wearing pants during a live appearance. maybe I should start doing the show without wearing pants. Wouldn't be any more exciting, I can tell you that. Russia and China must work together to fight political virus in the form of Western-backed color revolutions, claims Beijing's foreign minister. New study finds coronavirus variants will likely evolve, escape current generations of vaccines. Deaths from terrorist attacks rose by 17% globally in 2020, despite fewer attacks, the terror index shows. There's a lot of headlines today, I will warn you of that. 80% of board members at UK's biggest banks linked to environmentally damaging companies, says a study. Developers of Sputnik 5 demand apology from European Medicines Agency chief after she calls approval of vaccine Russian roulette. UK CMO warns of 30,000 further COVID-19 deaths if country reopens too quickly and encourages Brits to learn from surge in Europe. I gotta have a drink of coffee. And a vape. I normally do this before I start the headlines, and I didn't. Okay, now that I can't see my monitor, we're good to go. China ratifies world's largest free trade agreement. AstraZeneca COVID vaccine batch at the center of Austrian death investigation went to 16 other European countries. Piers Morgan mocked as a snowflake after storming off his own show amid Meghan Markle's row. Meghan Markle row, whatever, not plural. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be an interesting story unfold. You just wait and see. Research identify, and I really don't have any, I don't feel sorry for this guy. Research identifies possible new secret weapon in fight against antibiotic-resistant bacteria. And, you know, the reason why I feel no sorrow for Piers Morgan and what headlines I'm going to read coming up is because he wanted to push his ideologies on the United States. And he was a flaming Brit. And I'm not saying that to be offensive towards people that live in Britain. But if you don't live here or not from here, you shouldn't tell us that we shouldn't be allowed to have firearms. That's just how I feel. Like it or not, that's how I feel. I am a firm believer that when you move to this country, that you should assimilate with the culture. I firmly believe that. I don't believe you should move to another country with the ideals that you're going to bring your country with you as far as mindsets. You know, in my opinion, if you move to another country, it's because you want to be of a different mindset or be among people of a different mindset. I would hope you don't move somewhere else to bring the things that you don't like about where you're from with you. I mean, I know that largely happens, but you know, especially to do so in a media manner, in a media set, I've got issue with that. And I've got issue with a dog upset because I'm doing the news like I do every single night. Get over it and lay down. God. Tough crowd. Down there scruffing the floor. British gave colonial lands back because people asked them to, claims U.S. security expert, stirring Twitter rage. Well, I guess so. Have you ever heard of the revolution? Right? It wasn't our founding fathers saying, "Oh, pardon me, when you pass me the Grey Poupon, could you please give us our land back?" It didn't shake out like that. People got shot in the face. That's pretty much how it started. People got shot in the face. And that's how it ended. People got shot in the face and said, "You know what? I don't think I want to get shot in the face anymore. Good day." Right? And they left. So, you know, it's it is what it is. It didn't happen that way. And just like the power grab that we're experiencing right now, it's not going to be settled over a cup of tea, right? It's not. It's probably going to take somebody getting shot in the face. It's just, that's how you end, that's how you end authoritarian regimes. And that's what our government is right now. It's an authoritarian regime. There's no other way to put it. Annual Latvian march commemorating World War II SS troops that fought alongside Nazis against Soviet Union is canceled because of COVID-19. Big Brother sets sights on Bitcoin. Boom Bust digs into latest move by IRS to root out unreported crypto earnings. Unilever bans use of word normal from personal care products to be more inclusive. So there you go. Now you can you not normal people can use Unilever products without feeling offended. So it's a successful day for you. I think we've reached a point where there is no such thing as normal anymore. In fact, being quote-unquote normal in today's society is being absolutely abnormal, is it not? First row may get wet. Thai PM sprays journalist with hand sanitizer after being irked by cabinet reshuffle question. But get over it. Gosh. I do this every night. It's not a new schedule or anything like that. She's just pissy. You got to spend a lot of time out there today. Dad went out there with you. Get over yourself. God. Anyway, Bosnians justifiably unhappy at COVAX, as paid-for COVID vaccines don't arrive, says Foreign Minister. She's still giving me hell. Get over it, yo. 1,500 Belgian police swoop in 200 dawn raids in a major operation against cocaine smuggling gangs. Voter suppression or common sense, Britain's divided over Tory plan to mandate photo ID at polling stations. Physical therapy developed for recovering COVID-19 patients looking to retrain their lost sense of smell. Yes, we're racist, says British journalist after Society of Editors denies Harry and Meghan's claims of media bigotry. Japan to ban overseas fans from attending Olympics as COVID concerns grow ahead of Tokyo Games, says a report. Benefit of sanctions and isolation, COVID-19 pandemic was first time Russian GDP survived economic crisis better than the global average. I need another sip of coffee. Moscow's troops could dominate NATO in Baltic region, a top Polish general claims, but Russia insists it just wants to be friends. Tehran claims 100% success in indigenous COVID-19 jab trial as country gears up for mass vaccine production. This concerns me. It does. It really does. The reason why it concerns me is because, I'm going to be honest, I don't trust this vaccine thing. Not one bit. And them getting involved in a vaccination drive concerns me that maybe absolutely all the world is a stage. I don't know. Second Myanmar government official reported dead in custody as fatalities rise again during latest protests against coup. Kiev should plan to sever all ties with Russia and only contact Moscow through third parties, says former Ukrainian ambassador to the U.S. At least 8 killed in a week-long synagogue unrest after president imprisons opposition leader. Nazi war criminal celebrated by Lithuanian government as hero of World War II resistance exposed by his own granddaughter in brand new book. Iconic Berlin department store KDW, and I'm sure I got that wrong, issues 1-hour tickets to shoppers amid coronavirus restrictions. New York tabloid launches ill-timed defense of Andrew Cuomo as scandals pile up and both parties demand resignation. Twitter sues Texas Attorney General over state's investigation into banning Trump and says its attempt to intimidate and harass company. Philippines probes police shooting death of mayor and bodyguards in alleged mistaken encounter. Leader of Israel's Labor Party says she only wears black so her looks won't distract from her political message. Okay then. India summons UK envoy over MP's unwarranted comments on farmers' protest and slams gross interference in its politics. Beheaded over a live French teen whose story of schoolteacher and Prophet Muhammad cartoons led to his murder wasn't even in class. New research reveals that you can, in fact, quite easily bullshit a bullshitter. Hey, I'm just reading the headline. Joe Biden's media celebrated dogs are sent home to Delaware after one bites a White House security staffer, says reports. Now, the reason this bothers me is because if that were to be one of our dogs, the government would demand that dog be put down. How come Biden's dog gets a free pass? And I'm not saying that I want the dog to be put down. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if there is some type of extenuating circumstances or something like that as to why the dog's not being put down, then shouldn't we be allowed those too? Because there are a lot of instances that happen to where a dog is taunted, and that taunted dog lashes out and bites the person taunting it. And then the government wants to step in and say, well, we got to put your dog down. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Piers Morgan's skeptical response to Meghan Markle's suicidal claims investigated by Ofcom after getting 41,000 complaints. Oh, but wait, there's more. And here we go. Piers Morgan canceled. Good Morning Britain host quits ITV after storming off set during show on Meghan Markle. RTDE plans lawsuit after German tabloid Bild bluntly accuses outlet of spying. China summons UK envoy over her inappropriate article defending foreign media criticism of Beijing. Half of Americans question Biden's physical and mental health, concerned over lack of press conferences, says a poll. I think it's way more than half, to be honest. I think it's way more than half. Michigan prosecutor threatens to bring criminal charges against Governor Whitmer for forcing nursing homes to take COVID patients. Turkish court sentences 5 to life in prison over assassination of Russian ambassador Karlov. March against police brutality ends in violence in suburb of Greek capital. Let's see. YouTube tells foreign creators they will soon be charged an American tax. Go figure. ACLU editor defends quickly deleted tweet saying she was angry Republican senator survived COVID-19. FBI releases more video footage from D.C. pipe bomb suspect as case continues to take back seat to arresting Capitol rioters. 6 and counting, another woman lines up to accuse New York Governor Cuomo of sexual harassment. Bill's spying allegations against RT German are perfect fit for NATO narrative. Ratanzi says as RT vows legal action. Pentagon says 2,300 National Guard troops to stay at Capitol through May 23rd as post-riot review calls for increased security. Any reason they can find. And we do have another article up there. Borat star Sacha Baron Cohen gets called out as satire-blind comedian after demanding Facebook censor Bill Gates' vaccine joke. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I am getting out of here. I am tired. I'm going to get these headlines put up on ScrewTube, and I'm going to bed. So I hope everybody has a good night. God willing, I'll wake up tomorrow and be back again. And as always, God bless you. We love you, and be one with your spirit.